do the sideways, but the person's if you want to stand there for a second, just make sure you're in the screen. The spot. Yeah.
Exactly. We were in the movie theater. The greater way. These ones? No, you already got these? And these hard ones. They're like yeah.
That's what it looks like. I wish it was the other way. So
Do they all come out? All the fits?
uh, only the last one was not. Okay,
Yeah, just get that one.
Oh, was it your?
would you mind standing on the spot? That'd be perfect.
So many shorts we could live stream. So if we can do it on this. Kind of funny. Short sweet.
I was gonna start building my no. I'm gonna start building my shed that I bought at Costco, and then I was like, I felt the angst and I was like, it's just this. Oh yeah, that's all right. That's what I felt like. Like time when you're out, since you're going, but I ain't ready to do that. So I was like, dude, we'll do it tomorrow. You're gonna get out. You're just gonna.
They realize it's like they need to like. Yeah,
But he's gonna help me out. Yeah. Well, we're gonna broadcast that. So we get the study. And then one that gives us. This is students. But they got like it gets into the side. I kind of want to get the emblem, but I didn't go there.
You're gonna be the cameraman?
No, I'm the one singing the anthem again.
Hey, so Good. I was trying to figure out the concepts. Yeah, the test for I did fire attack. And then I just think the perk ups I always got wonder. Where's DC? Where's DC events? He bounced. He bounced. We got dogs who are who came in to help you test with so anyway, yeah. I can make myself consider switch out to even if you're recording okay, ask Captain Hernandez too, because Station 1 was supposed to bring somebody. Yeah, they're right now.
See.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is still because
Me hubieran dicho, puede decir cuando estés con. Sí. I mean,
yeah,
I would like everything.
pero pareció más que no, sí. Sí, pero estamos.
Se vas a necesitar más. Sí, porque iba a ser antes. A ver, 2, 3 meses. No, we go see the Saturday.
When we get to that part, you just wanna come up, keep it here to the end. Just let everybody know. Get a few more people here. But let's start getting. Now, will you let the crew say no, come in, start getting around here? Hi, good afternoon, everybody. The mics, I know I'm trying everybody down and then kind of feel like the chat's on, but appreciate the flexibility of everybody kind of shuffling the schedules to be here at 4. We got done, bless me. We got done extremely early with the skills test from the state this morning. And we also wanted to afford you guys the ability to, after the ceremony, go and celebrate with your families and restaurants or houses or whatever you guys are gonna do. So again, appreciate the flexibility with that. That being said, we did bump it up to a 4. We have a few open seats, so we'll wait a few minutes and then we'll get this started. All right, thank you.
It's time to go get a captain.
Sitting down over here, no?
We can, wherever you want.
Hey, we'll be in these seats. Oh, pero si quieres estar yo, el capitán y el team. Okay. All right. So, chief. All right, good afternoon. So I thought we were gonna have to wait a little longer, but I checked with the cadets. We do have all the family here, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right, I'll ask the crew to just make sure that doors are right now, please. All right, so good afternoon and welcome everybody. Thank you all for being here today as we celebrate the completion of Aspire Academy and recognize the hard work of these cadets. My name is Christian Teddy, I'm the deputy chief and also program coordinator for the academy. Obviously, I will be your MC. So that being said, we'll go ahead and get this started. Please let's all rise for the national anthem, which will be performed by our very own paramedic, Adrian DeMonica. Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, thank you. You all may be seated. All right, at this time, I'd like to invite Fire Chief Adam Amezica for some opening remarks. Chief.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. My name's Adam Benziga. I am the fire chief of Rio Rico Medical and Fire District. Proudly serving about 32 years. So long journey in my history with the fire service. Just kind of want to thank the families and friends for coming to our facility for the graduation. This is an exciting time. So about 2 years ago, I approached our board and said, hey, we want to host legitimate training academies. We need to invest in a training tower. And the board was fortunate enough to approve that. And this class was the first one to get to go through it. So they get that distinction of being the first to go through the training tower. They get to be the ones that get put through the ringers and figure out what we could do better, what we could do worse. But overall, I'm really proud of our training facility and training center where it's taken off. For you cadets, while this is your end of the journey for the fire academy, believe it or not, it is just the beginning of your journey in the fire service. Where your next path will take you, I don't know. It could be hopefully with Rio Rico Medical Fire District, other districts or other departments throughout the state. But wherever you go, I hope you take the level of training that we've given you, that the instructors have dedicated, and of course the families who give in their time and their support for the cadets, because that's a big thing, right? So you got to go home, you got to study, you got to eat right, you got to do put the work into it. So that's all that secondary part. And if they don't have that support, then they can't be here where they're at today. So it's really, really to me an honor to see them sitting here. As you see, we've had two other regional academies, but this is our first Rio Rico Medical and Fire District Academy. So we've grown as an organization. We started as all volunteer, and then we moved up to a paid career department. You know, I'm proud of the men and women who are standing in the back in the room, and they dedicate themselves every day to the service. And I see other service members. I see a Tucson Fire gentleman there. Thank you, sir, for coming. But overall, I'm really proud of the cadets. I really hope you understand the work and effort it puts into it is a lot. It's not just now, right? They're going to see things, they're going to hear things, and they're going to experience things that they may come home and you might not be able to understand. But be there to support them. One big push we're having is for mental wellness for firefighters. We want to make sure that they have a long, healthy career, not only for themselves, physically keeping up, but also mentally. So that's really important for us. But again, I want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank you, cadets. Great job. Give yourselves a round of applause, everybody. Really proud of you. I am. You guys have come a long way. I met some of you before, and I told you got to put the work into it. I had parents calling me up asking me, how can my son or daughter be a firefighter? What can they do? So not only that, they have the emergency medical technician background for medical stuff. So they're in the right path, heading in the right direction. And what about Dima with the same scene? Boy, Dima, that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that. It's hard enough just to talk, and then you got to come up here and sing. So, but anyways, thank you. I'll end here, but cadets, congratulations. Hope you get a big steak. You know, hint, parents. But yeah, thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, Chief. All right, so I'll share with you a brief overview of basically this academy beyond what Chief already said. This academy was designed to do one thing, to build firefighters. And you see six up here right now. We started with 9. Our idea initially was to start as an open enrollment course. We started kind of moving that direction. we had some personnel that were in-house, and then we had some other individuals from our agency academies that showed interest to continue onto the fire side. And so we kind of transitioned from an open enrollment academy path to a more in-house. And at the same time, that allowed us to, from 2, 3 years ago, running a regional academy, kind of revamping our system, but starting fresh too, and starting our own Rio Rico Academy. So you guys are version one, kind of the guinea pigs. But from here on, it should get better. I use the word should. All right. So the process starts right here in the classroom and out there on the grinder. It's a fire factory focused on developing the next generation of this profession. Chief touched on the investment the community, the district, and the board has made to not only the new generation of firefighters, but to keep the men and women that we have in blue in the back current, up to date on standards and ability to be able to respond to emergencies. Over the past several weeks, these cadets have been pushed physically, mentally, professionally, emotionally, yeah, psychologically. Yeah. All right. They've worked through long days, early mornings, and high expectations. And we do set that bar high for a reason. They've trained in everything from fire behavior, post line operations, search and rescue, ventilation, and as Chief mentioned, they got to basically be the first users of our fire burn room in the training tower. So they kind of pioneered the way with that. They didn't just learn skills, they learned how to function as a team. They learned discipline, accountability, and what it means to show up for the person next to you. It wasn't easy, and it's not supposed to be. They showed up, they put in work, and today they earned the right to stand here as graduates of this academy. I'm proud of this group, and I'm excited to see what they do next. At this time, I'll turn it over to our lead instructor, Captain Ibarra.
Well, good afternoon. Before we begin, I want to give a express my appreciation to Chief Amezaga for allowing this to happen, for giving us the opportunity to the organization. Also to DC Chris Renteria for his dedication, the work behind the scenes, setting everything up, talking with the state, making sure everything at par. It takes a lot of work that is not seen by anybody. I want to appreciate that support as well. And to both Chief and DC, I want to appreciate the entrust that you gave me with this program and the cadets. It was a growing experience for me as well. Um, the instructors, the cadre that was involved here, special thanks to Captain Antonio Sanchez, Firefighter Ricardo Ugarte, Captain Esai Tapia, Captain George Hernandez, Engineer Gilbert Cota, Firefighter Daniel Manriquez, Captain Gilbert Escobar, Engineer Don Redman. Thank you all for taking part of this and helping me out, helping the organization with this and stepping up to the part. To the families or cadets of the cadets, this is a ceremony as much as it is about you as it is about them. It's about you as well, because with your support, this is able to happen. And I tell you from experience, without the support from the family, this is almost impossible. I've seen firefighters step up to the plate. Family has no support for them because they don't like the schedule. It's a rough schedule, and they don't succeed. With this support, it takes a lot from the families to be able to give it for it to be successful. And to the cadets, the 6 cadets, all I can say is to keep working, continue that solid foundation we just gave you as an organization. We passed it on to you. Keep building upon it. Continue putting in the work. Every drill, every call, and every lesson is an opportunity to grow. Development is a continuous. What you know today is important, but what you learn tomorrow is going to be as vital. Don't stop striving for excellence. Stay humble. That's one of the great qualities you can have. No matter how experienced you become, always remember that there's always something new to learn. Stay grounded, learn from others, and remain open to guidance. You will face challenges. Some days will be harder than others, but remember your commitment and determination will carry you through. You also remember, most importantly, that you're going to have brotherhood and sisterhood that stand in the back of this room. That's going to be behind you, that can lead you the way, your seniors and your fellow firefighters. And before I close, I would like to offer a blessing for each one of you. And as you step into your next chapter of life, may God grant you the strength to remain when times get tough, the wisdom to make the right decisions under pressure, and the courage to stand tall when others need you. May you always find purpose in the work you do, and may your hearts remain pure, your mind sharp, and your spirits unwavering. Remember, this is more than just a job. It's a profession that becomes a lifestyle. With this profession comes a lot of responsibilities. So go forward, continue to work hard, stay humble, grow with grace. The best is yet to come. It's been an honor to be your instructor. Congratulations, cadets. Good job.
All right, thank you, Captain Ibarra. Now we're gonna get the opportunity to hear from somebody who actually lived this every day of the academy. I'd like to invite up cadet speaker, Ms. Eileen Cárdenas.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we celebrate a milestone that once felt so far away, but is finally here. My name is Naomi Cárdenas, or Aileen Cárdenas. Being able to stand here is something I'm truly proud of, not only for myself, but for every single person in this class. When we first walked into this academy, we all had different backgrounds, different experiences, and different reasons to be here. But very quickly, those differences did not matter. We became not only a team, but a small family. We relied on each other, pushed each other, and carried each other, sometimes even dragged each other during PT sessions. This academy challenges in ways we never expected. We discovered both our strengths and our weaknesses. One thing it taught us is that the moment a weakness is found, the instructors will make sure you become very familiar with it. And the phrase I can't was off limits. If you said it, you paid for it. Through all the hard work we faced, we gained more than just skills. We built resilience, discipline, and most importantly, it taught us to trust ourselves and not let our mind tell us we couldn't do the job. And for that, I am forever grateful to our instructors. You didn't just teach a class, you became our mentors, our advisors, and even our friends until it was time to do towers. Your standards were high because the stakes are high, and we are better because of it. To the Rio Rico Medical and Fire Department, thank you for providing us with this amazing opportunity, and thank you for always opening your doors to us and making us feel welcome. Thank you for sharing your second home with us, even on the days you definitely deserve a break from us. Um, but instead, we showed up at your door, ringing the doorbell and asking for tools to practice our skills. Thank you for offering us a seat at your table and allowing us to experience what we, our family, truly looks like at the station. And thank you for devoting your time, even on your days off, to teach us, encourage us, and share your experience and knowledge in the field. To our families and loved ones, thank you for supporting us through the long days, the stress, and the sacrifices. This achievement belongs to you too. And finally, to my peers, today we earned the certificate, but this is just the beginning. This profession demands more than strength, it demands integrity, accountability, and the willingness to put others before ourselves. We are stepping into a role where people will rely on us in their worst days. It doesn't matter if we are tired or stressed, it only matters that we show up ready. And we will, because this academy didn't just prepare us to pass exams, it prepares us to do the job. So as we move forward with our careers, let's remember where we started, what we went through, and who we became along the way. We should be proud of ourselves, not only for surviving this academy, but for succeeding in it. And let's never forget why we chose this path. Congratulations, class of 26-1. We earned this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Eileen. We're now gonna move into the recognition part. It's gonna be led by Captain Ibarra. A lot of times fire academies are done where when the academy is over, they get assigned to a station, a fire truck, or something like that. This course enables them to become employable in any fire district. So they have the ability to apply anywhere. But like Chief said, we want to keep you here. All right. That being said, there's a recognition that's called super boot. A boot is a term used for the probationary firefighter when they get hired on. Them not necessarily being a boot yet. This award is called Super Cadet Award. So I'll have Captain Ibarra come up here and present that.
All right. So over the past 14 weeks, each one of you has been challenged not only academically, but also physically in ways that many of you have never experienced before. There was a total of 50 combined quizzes, exams, and tests, including the class final, that pushed you to learn everything from theory to practical applications. For some of you, the journey has been nothing short of grueling. One cadet in particular stood out, not just because of this person's academic achievements, but because their determination to succeed. No matter the obstacle, the individual demonstrated a level of academic mastery that we rarely see. And that's scoring 100% on an impressive 38 quizzes and tests from the 50 throughout the course. But that's just the beginning of this cadet's story. Back in December of 2025, we held the pre-academy physical condition session that lasted 3 weeks. These sessions were mentally and physically demanding, especially for those who had never experienced this level of physical training before. This cadet, despite the challenge, rose to the occasion. The physical training continued when the academy officially started, with a demanding session at the beginning of every class. But this cadet never complained. There were moments when quitting seemed like an option, but then when those moments arrived, we as instructors and mentors denied that choice, knowing that this cadet could push through. There were times during skills days when this cadet was pushed beyond their limits, donning breathing apparatus under 1 minute, performing forcible entry with heavy tools, and lifting, carrying, and operating extrication tools that weigh up to 50 pounds and carrying them for an extended period. There were moments of struggle, but this cadet kept going, understanding the challenge and giving everything they had. At times, I saw tears, whether from pain or frustration, but not tears of joy for sure. The one thing I can tell you is that this cadet never quit. A person kept pushing forward, and even in those moments, I could sense the cadet's refusal to give in. And through it all, and the individual maintained level of respect to fellow cadets and for the instructors. There were times, I'll admit, when the pressure built up so much that this person verbal expressions were more colorful than usual. But it was clear to me that it wasn't about disrespect. It was just raw, unfiltered release of emotions in the heat of the moment. And let me tell you, we both laughed about it. This goes to show that this profession demands, it will push you to bring out your strength, it will challenge your body and your mind to places that are uncomfortable. But there are one thing that we all know, quitting is not an option. There were moments when I questioned whether the skills and physical training would be too much for this cadet, but I'm proud to say that I was wrong. This cadet determination and commitment didn't just get the person through, it brought the cadet to this moment right here where we can celebrate an accomplishment. What also stands out about this cadet is the initiative taken outside of class. Along with fellow cadets, this individual will show up on their own time, recognize areas where they needed to improve, and putting in the work to do so. That shows character and it goes a long way in the profession. With that being said, I would like to call this cadet up to receive recognition of how proud I am of everything accomplished. Cadet Eileen Cardenas. Cadet Cardenas, with this recognition, I want you to keep in mind that you've set a strong foundation upon which you will continue to develop both your character and your skill set. It has been an honor for me to be your instructor, and you have truly set an example of resiliency for everyone here. Keep that fire going. Congratulations.
Thank you, Cap.
All right, thank you, Captain Ibarra, and again, Cadet Cardenas, congratulations. All right, so next up is the moment you've all been waiting for. Reason we're here to acknowledge the completion of this fire academy from the cadets up here. So at this time, I'd like to invite the personnel that were involved with instruction to come up here. We'll make some room. We'll do the certificate presentation, and then the rest of the crew members that are on duty. If you could line this side of the room too, so that we hand the certificate, give the certificates to the cadets. There'll be a photo opportunity in basically this angle right here, and then we'll have you guys go around, continue to shake hands with the on-duty folks, and then back to your seat. All right, so Cadre, if you guys can make your way up here, please. Like Captain Ibarra mentioned earlier, it's important to recognize all the different personnel that were involved. Some put a lot of hours, some were limited in hours because of other assignments, other responsibilities, other tasks on hand. But like the saying goes, it takes a community to raise an individual, and this is the community that raised these particular individuals. Okay, so let me grab the certificates. Get the image back up there really quick. All right. So as the names are called, please come up. First cadet we have is Mr. Ethan Armenta. Ethan. Miss Eileen Cardenas. There's a camera we're supposed to look at. Maybe raise your hands. Yeah. See that with us cross-eyed?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Carla Galindo. Which way? All right.
Orange.
All right. Mr. Roberto Heredia. If our ladder track ever goes down, we got the reach, don't worry. We're fun folks. We try to keep this late. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, Miss Caitlin Santos.
Thank you. Thank you. Take your time. Got it? Oh, okay.
And last but certainly not least, Mr. Cade Warren. To the family of Cade, if you also want to get a picture with his birth dad, he's the one at the end. All right, as Cade makes his way back to his seat, Cadre, you can return or stay as you guys want. You guys can take a seat too if you would wish. So once again, congratulations to all the cadets and congratulations to the support system, the family behind these cadets. This profession is very demanding. And we thank you guys for letting us borrow the cadets for the past 14 weeks. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. But that is just barely the beginning. Once you get started in this career, we're gonna ask family, your support system, to borrow them for about 20 to 25 years, depending what current retirement system is in place. And we are gonna borrow them for at least a third of that time. All right. So be ready to make that commitment, and family be ready to support them. Because like they said, this does become a second family. This does become a second home, and it's important for them to kind of balance that, have the support at home, have the support with their work family, and get at it. So that being said, we're gonna do a little bit of a change on what the program said. We will be doing the ceremonial burning of the shirt at the end part. And to give some closing remarks, I'll have Captain Iwata come back out up here and share that with you guys.
So now we're gonna have the guidon. The guidon is a symbol of the academy of the cadets that they carry on every time they go to training. As part of the class. This symbolizes the unity between them. I went through them through the whole academy and all the stuff they went through, all the towers they did. I mean, there were times, if you guys have seen our tower in the back, that we have a big flagpole. They took it off that flagpole because they left it unattended. They're supposed to protect it. They're supposed to not allow it to be stolen. There's a tradition behind this. So at the end of the academy, I will ask this to be returned, and I'm gonna have Cadet Santos return that to me. That way we can display it as much as the other two are up there. All right. And this has a symbol for it for the class. Nobody else will ever have this symbol on their guidance. This will represent them. It will have a list of the names that attended this academy, and we're gonna hang it up just as the other ones. I also wanted to close up with, like I told you before, like I told you at the beginning of the class, we were gonna find your weakness and we're gonna poke at it, and I believe we did. I think a lot of you hated us in the moment. You hated a lot of our full-time firefighters. I do wanna have one of them stand out because he has cardio and would make these cadets work out. They hated when that person would walk in the room, and that's firefighter Ricardo Ugarte. I had some of them would ask me if firefighter Ugarte was going to show up that day, and I wouldn't tell them until he would walk in the door, and you can just see their face of they were going to get destroyed that day. So it's I think it was really good for them. I think it was a rude awakening for them of what this job demands. There's a lot of beautiful professions out there. There's law enforcement, there's hospital settings, but the one I've experienced for 16 years is firefighter, and I wouldn't change it for anything else. And I implemented this on them. Other full timers did as well. I think they've learned to like it, even though it's painful sometimes. And but I think I think they're gonna be great. I think like DC said, it's 25 years of this, or who knows if they change the retirement system. But you guys are young. I think you have a lot of potential. Wherever you go, hopefully it's here. Hopefully it's within this area. I think you guys need to continue to strive and continue to get better at it. Don't ever get cocky or anything like that. Don't ever believe you know it all because you don't. And just keep on striving. Okay. You're always gonna have somebody to call. If you guys have my number, you can always call me for anything, any type of mentorship. You know, most of the women and men in the department. You can go ahead and get in contact with them. But just keep on going. May God bless all of you and wherever you go and whatever you do. And it was a pleasure being your instructor.
Okay, so that concludes this portion of the ceremony. At this time, there will be opportunities. We'd like to get a picture of all the cadets with the guide on in this room. Following that, we'll walk outside towards the training tower. We have a metal trash can set up. We have what's called ceremonial burning of the shirts there. I believe it's the same shirts they wore for the skills test exam this morning. If they didn't wash it, I would stand 10 to 15 back because there might be some fun. Following that, you guys are free to take pictures. Ourselves and the personnel are available to show the tower to you guys. Picture opportunities in this room. There's some party trays. There's some cupcakes. We'll have some drinks out, and please feel free to enjoy that. All right, thank you. And again, instructor cadre, if we could get you guys up for this part of the picture too, please. You guys, guys, in a bit, that would we get everybody here.
Why don't you get him half and half, Chris? I can decide. That way they get the middle part.
Yeah. I know. That's. We're gonna go eat that. Oh, I got it. Yeah. I back you. I got it. I'm sitting. Yeah. For the months to guess.
We're gonna head out.
Thank you for being here. Is it? We understand.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys know this, right? Let's stand like that. Right. That's what he's supposed to do. I think they can get one. I'll take it in the range. I can. There's got one of you guys.
All right, we'll put some of our instructors in here as well then, all right? Give them a community too.
Yeah, we'll get on the edge. I don't know.
Is that good for everybody to take a picture? I don't know, Bob, you got that. Up close and personal, thousands. There we go, all right. You guys remember Live Took Studios when we took your pictures and still have this one? Right now. Burning on the shirt, the picture of
They're gonna try to find it.
That's so foul.
Yeah. Which way are they gonna come so I can set up the camera? Oh, that's a good one. Look, I'm. Just put him in the smoke. Here. This side. Yeah. So that basically. Fall in more, a little bit more, get more in here, okay? That's all right. Oh, we did some. Okay.
Tower.
Hour.
So we go after we. One tower. 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 One tower. Get at it.
Come on, hustle, hustle.
Last one.
Come on. That bell.
Oh, no.
That one make it count. Come on, hustle.
Pick up the shirt, need you to get on the. Don't step on this. Then hold it. All right, so that was totally impromptu, and I'll share with you jokingly. Me and Cap were saying, when you give the family the opportunity to see their family members against the towers, and then they gifted that with taking the guy on. So you guys got to see that. That was pretty cool. All right, so I'll share with you a little bit about what the ceremonial burning of the shirt. Okay, it's very much a rite of passage. Uh, it's the transition from student to firefighter. Now, these individuals passed the Rio Rico Medical and Fire District. They also have to take a state test, which today they took the skill portion. Everybody passed. So good job to them. Let's give a round of applause. On Thursday, they took a written test. About 2 weeks to 4 weeks to get the results from. So as soon as those results are received, they'll be sure to I'll be sure to let them know. So they've earned their place not just through knowledge, but discipline, resilience, and shared hardship. This is an opportunity. It's all like this. It's maybe the first shirt that you guys had when you started this academy. It's born. It shows it the color. It shows it in the heat applied stuff on it. It's starting to break up. There's the acid from your sweat. There might be some tear residue there. I'm sure there's some blood residue there too. And so we get rid of all that bad juju. Start fresh. So with that being said, we'll start in the order you guys are at. Come up, put your shirt in the can. Family, opportunity, and hold it there. Go ahead and do
Off the plane.
all right. Stay out of the smoke
Or the plane.
and the flame. All right, Miss Caitlin. Miss Carla Galindo. Miss Naomi Eileen Cardenas. She did that with some force. She's like, sure that. Mr. Ethan Armenta. Really know where that crowd's at. Mr. Robert Heredia. Go Bobby. Again, last but certainly not least, Mr. Wade, Kate Warren.